after Mauricio Pochettino has parted ways with Chelsea, or Chelsea has parted ways with Mauricio Pochettino, there are a list of names coming out as potential managers or potentially who will take over Mauricio Pochettino as Chelsea manager. And some of them are just stories. Some of them are really, really real stories. We're looking forward to see someone who is higher than Mauricio Pochettino should have been coming on. And now there is a split between the fans and also the board, because the fans actually would love to see again Thomas Tuchel, who has been saying his job is not done in Chelsea. He would love to come back and complete his job. But then the board are looking for a young manager and also a possession and I don't know, they want to build a manager of themselves like the way Xavi went to buy Leverkusen. But is it going to be possible? Because all those names that I have mentioned, that are going to be mentioned here, they have already tested the managerial platform. First, Kieran McKenna. Kieran McKenna is the Ipswich Town manager who has qualified them to Premier League. And the second one is Enzo Moresca. Enzo Moresca, we all know that he is the mastermind behind Leicester lifting the Leicester City lifting the championship for sure. And he's linked with Chelsea job. And also we have Sebastian Hoeness. And Sebastian Hoeness is the Stuttgart coach. It's unlikely or is challenging because he said he's concentrated in his job currently in Stuttgart Bundesliga. But hey, Vincent Kompany name is also mentioned there, but I don't think the board, they are really damp enough to go in for Vincent Kompany because previously he was linked, he's a top manager. Let's see what is going to happen. And hey, lastly, Zerbi. Zerbi is the one who also linked. He's a proven coach. We saw what he did in Brighton. But then one thing about Zerbi is he personally would love to coach Manchester United, according to stories or according to him. And he is linked to Barcelona again. So it's not even possible for Chelsea to just pick him. But then anything is possible. Sammy, what do you think among these 6 names we've mentioned?
It's really appalling. It's sad because I'm not a Chelsea fan, but then I know what Abramovich did for Chelsea. Anytime Abramovich gets up to sack the coach, the next coach will be an upgrade. The next coach is going to be a top coach, and Chelsea fans will be happy. Mind you, that team that Abramovich had, they were made up of senior players. So even if a new coach comes in, it really did not affect them that much. But I see a crop of young individuals come together to form this Chelsea team and bring in these abysmal coaches. Well, don't get me wrong, they are not yet proven. You are going to fight in the likes of fight against Pep Guardiola for the title. You're going to fight against Arteta for the title. You're going to fight against Unai Emery for the title. Look at all the names you mentioned. Which of them can be able to stand the test of time? There's none. And it's very sad. And this shows that the board of Chelsea this time around is actually going to the opposite end. They are not behaving like Chelsea. That right now, they are really looking at the business side of the game more than the passion, more than that action part that we know Chelsea to be. So I'm not surprised to hear these names because either of these names, if they come, the board and Todd Boehly can control them.
Yeah, that's what they are looking for. And do you think the players will buy into those coaches? Because sometimes we see a lot of times you bring in a manager and the players feel like they are too big or too standard for that manager. Will it work for Chelsea?
Now, on that aspect, I think it's going to be a bit controversial, if anytime there is a new manager on board, it's either the players trying to fight for positions, trying to improve their style of play so that they can always be in the first 11, So if you are always going to be pulling shoulders with the manager, I think that's when you have to leave the team. So if they will have to continue playing for Chelsea, I think they will have to be submissive in order to play and give the results that the board is looking for. If not, I think the players will be the ones to leave. Yeah. But it will be very sad. It will be very sad because all these players, when they came, we were all doubting. But they they are trying to improve themselves. That's they are, of course, they are of that standard, you know. But so for you to see them probably being benched, this all on and off with the manager is going to be a bit.
Sammy,
Mm.
Sammy, among them, who do you think will be the preferred coach of Chelsea?
Funny enough, into investigation, they have stated that the can you give me
Kieran.
Kieran is the man for the job, and they have already spoken with him. They have already finalized everything, even before the sacking of Poch. So this is just a mere act to show the Chelsea fans that hey, we are looking for someone, but it's already been done. That is who they are looking for. Unless proven elsewise, or unless because of the reaction of the fans and the legends of the club, they might change. But then still, I think it's just a poor choice. Yes, I'm not taking anything from them. These guys have done exceptionally well, qualifying their teams from the division lower than the EPL, bringing them to the Premier League. You've seen a coach who have become second for the first time in the last 10 years. Stuttgart, that is good. But then the quality of Chelsea, it's like, in fact, we forget who Chelsea is. That is one thing I become sad about. Chelsea is not an indie club. It's a club out there. We've seen what Chelsea can do in the EPL. We've seen what Chelsea can do in the UEFA Champions League. It's a club which have produced good players. Do you understand? They have the quality. So now they need someone who also have the quality to lead them. And I'm sure I'm just sad to hear these names. But then I'm not a Chelsea fan, so all the Chelsea fans out there, it's up to you.
Eddie, who do you think will be the right man among these three? These six. Remember Thomas
Uh-huh.
Frank? We didn't mention Thomas Frank, the Brentford manager. I think
Mhm.
he's the oldest among them.
Yeah, he might be the oldest among them, but it all depends on the negotiation and the agreements, and the offers on board. If he happens to be the oldest and Chelsea boys are going in for him, it's okay. Sebastian Hoeness and Kieran. So I think it's going to be between these two managers. So if Chelsea are going for the one from Stuttgart, good. The one from Ipswich Town, that one too is good. But it all depends. They're all coming for different experience, different challenge. The EPL that we see is not something like as compared to those leagues they are playing. Yeah.
So, Sammy, will the board listen to the fans? Because it's like the fans are looking for Thomas Tuchel, who has been there, who has proven that he is the right man for the job, but the board and the owners do not like him. Do you think finally the owners will listen to the fans?
Yeah,
Because
according
I
to
could remember Graham Potter sacking, it was the fans who called for it. Even the board was still, and the owners were still in support, but the fans was just the ones behind it until he was sacked. Do you think they will listen to them again?
I think with what is going on with the board and Todd Boehly, they are trying to manage the club on their own. Mind you, according to sources, some sources I've been able to gather, there have been some names mentioned that they never want to see them in the club. And Thomas Tuchel's name was mentioned because Thomas Tuchel is also demanding. He wants to be part of the project. He wants to be an integral part. And seeing the mind of Thomas Tuchel, his name is mentioned. So no matter how it goes, I don't see him coming. Unless there's a change in mentality, there's a change in mind. Mind you, the ultras of Chelsea always have someone to go in the board meetings. It has been reported that for some time now, this
Yeah.
person has been invited in these meetings. So you should know how the direction of Chelsea going. It's quite sad, but then I don't see the fans. The only thing I see is when the new coach appointed does so terribly that the fans puts pressure on the club. That is when I see there will be a change. But until then, I don't see anything now.
Eddie, your mind on that?
And now I don't see the return of Thomas Tuchel in Chelsea again, although he has voiced it out that he would like to complete his mission in Chelsea. But with the list that has been provided or the list that's out now, his name is not among the list. And as my brother just said, fans will only be heard when the manager appointed is not probably proving or giving them the results that the board needs. Yeah, that's when I think they'll probably consider the fans to give them what they want. But until then, yeah, they've already taken their decision and they know what they're doing. They know the person they're going in for. So what their fans are doing is just they're just beating around the bush. The board themselves, they know exactly the manager they are going in for.
Samuel, do you think all the names that I mentioned are they up to Chelsea's standard of a coach?
For the Chelsea, I know. No, they are not up to par. They are not there yet. It will take some time. Chelsea has been, the likes of Jose Mourinho coming to do something for the club, turning the club all around. You've seen great managers pass through. You understand? But looking at comparing these guys to Poch, there's a drop in standard.
Yeah.
Comparing them to Poch, there's a drop in standard. What did Poch do for this club? He took Chelsea to a final, took them to a semi-final. Now trying to build a team, and now he's gone. Now go and bring someone better. That's why I initially mentioned the time that Nagelsmann was free, Chelsea spoke with him but never took him. Luis Enrique was free, Chelsea spoke to him but never took him. So that means they have their own agenda of what they are trying to do. So it's not about the sporting field. I'm sure it's more or less about the business side, and it will come to light when the team drowns miserably.
And I think the direction Chelsea is going, they don't want a manager who is a bit bigger than the club, They just want to go for someone who the club is bigger than. Because with the names that we just mentioned, like Thomas Tuchel, the names like Pochettino, Jose Mourinho, Graham Potter, and all these other managers. If you hear their names, they are popular in the market. Their standard is a bit higher. They don't want to go for those managers. They don't just want to go. They just want to go for someone who is a bit lesser or a bit low, so that I think the board can be able to control, manipulate the managers. That's what Chelsea is heading towards to.
That's what Chelsea is heading towards to. They bought the training pitch for themselves and also the hotel. So we thought maybe they were doing it because of buying players, not knowing their intention was just to sack the coach and then get a new coach. Well, they are businessmen and they are smart, and they should have been smarter than that. It's unacceptable at all, unacceptable for the fans. And for all these things is the fans that are making the money for you. They should have been considering what the fans also want. But then in this case, I don't think it is so. But hey, if you just join us, remember to subscribe and be part of this amazing community. And hey, like and share the video, and your opinions are always welcome.
Until the fans start walking out from the stadium, their voice will be heard.
Definitely.